Hello, I'm Morgan and I'm currently 21 and I'm here to talk about my experience with the Polar Academy. I was a part of the first ever expedition in 2015. I was 15 years old at the time and I went to St Aidan's High School. Thinking about me before, my journey before the Polar Academy and the person I would say I was a happy-go-lucky kind of person. I didn't realise at the time, and the Polar Academy made me realise this, that I kind of like to hide under the radar and not really get into too much trouble, and I always thought that was okay, that was fine, I was comfortable there. I was never really academic. I liked a bit of everything. I never really focused on one subject area, but that just suited me perfect. I had my friends, but I didn't really have any ambitions. I didn't have dreams of where I wanted to be or where I wanted to go. I couldn't see myself doing magical things or wonderful things that you maybe see on TV or read in books and things like that. I just felt myself ordinary. I was lucky enough to be selected to go on the selection weekend up in Aviemore with some of the pupils in St Aidan's High School as well. And I remember that experience very well. I remember feeling happy all throughout it because I was enjoying being with these people who necessarily I didn't really see much of in school, but it was just exciting being part of a team for that weekend, being part of something, even if it was just for the weekend, because we were doing everything together. One experience from that weekend I remember, Craig, we were in kayaks in a pool and he would turn us upside down and we had to tie knots under the water, and I swam all my life. I went to swimming lessons when I was younger and I was very comfortable in the water, but I couldn't describe what I felt. Like, I was very comfortable in the water, but when it came to that and thinking of Craig's expectations of me and trying to tie that knot underwater, I just couldn't do it for the life of me. And I remember thinking, this is it, I've done it again. I can't keep up with the people around me. But I suppose that's what I had to learn. I had to learn resilience. I had to learn to ask people for help. I remember thinking, I can't do this, and I remember Craig looking at me saying, are you okay, and me just nodding, because I had always been like that. I never liked to ask for help. I never wanted to bother anyone. I just didn't think I could, or it was possible to ask someone else's help to do something that I was supposed to do individually and supposed to tackle alone. So I remember that was, thinking back on it, that was the very first thing the Polar Academy had taught me. I was again lucky enough to be selected for the expedition team and was told I would be going to Arctic Greenland in the following April, and honestly I couldn't believe it. It's been a while now, it's been a couple of years, but I still remember the feeling of utter disbelief as Craig said I was part of the team. So coming up to the expedition, the training, I'd always been quite an active young girl, doing different skipping and jump rope and gymnastics and swimming, things like that. I was part of different clubs, but nothing can compare to the training that's involved in the Polar Academy. The HIIT training, just the time and effort that goes into the after school training and going up to St Andrews, hauling tyres across the sand, I'll never forget it. But it was amazing. Thinking back to the expedition, the first memory I have is seeing the Northern Lights for the very first night, and I'm not afraid to admit that I did have a tear in my eye that night. I just couldn't believe that I had made it there. On that very first night, my dreams had already came true, even though I hadn't, well, in my mind I hadn't done anything yet, but I had changed to a whole different person and I hadn't even been on the ice yet. It was amazing thinking back on it. I didn't realise it at the time. Throughout the expedition, I remember the feeling of the team around me, just feeling them constantly there. And as we went throughout the days, I think And that's when it really hit me, that these people were here to support me and I was there to support them, and it was a team effort. Like, I wasn't going to make it alone. I couldn't have. It was the effort of the full team. We would all do different things at night, we would all share responsibility, but they were going to get me there as much as I was going to get them there. I'd come back a different person in that short 2 weeks that I was out there. I'd come back stronger, mentally and physically. I'd come back with a new family, and they will stay my family for the rest of my life. I've made friends for the rest of my life, people who I still see regularly, and I'm sitting here 5 years later. My life now, I am a 4th year at the University of Glasgow studying primary education, and I've just confirmed that I will be staying on to do my Masters in primary education next year, which is something I never thought I would be saying 5 years ago. But here we are, and I'm excited. If you're thinking of getting involved in the Fuller Academy, please do it. If you're a teacher, you're an adult, you're a business partner, you're a pupil, and want to just know more about it, definitely go for it. Just jump in with 2 feet, because honestly it'll change your life in any way that you'll allow it. The Fuller Academy has allowed me to be the bubbly person I am today, the confident person who's able to stand up in front of 30 kids daily and enjoy it and motivate and inspire these young people, and it just makes me excited every day. Thank you to Craig and everyone in the team. Thank you for listening. Bye.